Ever wondered what it feels like to wield a rifle built for half a football field and beyond? I'm talking about a beast so imposing it can punch through armor and still hit targets out at 7 kilometers. Enter the Snipex Alligator, a Ukrainian anti-materiel powerhouse that defies expectations and redefines extreme range firepower. Today we're diving into what makes this rifle different from the raw physics behind its 14.5 Row 114 mm cartridge to the feel behind the stock and the sound of its fired shot echoing across miles. Is its reputation justified? Can it truly deliver accuracy and performance on a battlefield scale? In this deep dive review, we'll break down the technical specs, my real-world impressions, the price point, and why this rifle deserves a spot on your radar even if you're not in the military. Stay tuned, because this is a ride that pushes the limits. Let's start with what makes the Alligator so absolutely unapologetic: the round it's built around. The 14.5 114 mm cartridge, originally developed for heavy machine guns like the KPV, this round is massive. It pushes a projectile that weighs nearly 60 grams at speeds reaching 1,000 meters per second. That's over 30,000 joules of muzzle energy. For context, that's 5 times more than AW-50 BMG. And the Alligator was built from the ground up to handle that raw, brutal power. This is a bolt-action, single-shot anti-materiel rifle. Chambered in 14.5 Row 114 mm, the action is surprisingly smooth for its size. It's not a rapid-fire sniper rifle, it's a deliberate, precision instrument for taking out targets you can barely see. Think light vehicles, radar stations, or even fortified positions. Barrel length comes in at a jaw-dropping 1,200 millimeters, and it's fluted for better heat management. The barrel alone weighs more than some carbines, but that length matters. It gives the Alligator its exceptional range and velocity. And yes, the recoil is significant. This isn't something you shoot standing up on a whim. But Snipex knew what they were doing. The muzzle brake is massive, absorbing up to 40% of felt recoil. Combined with the rifle's own sheer weight, clocking in at nearly 25 kilograms, fully equipped, the Alligator manages to feel more like a heavy thump than a punishing slam. Is it soft? No, but it's manageable for what it is. Now let's talk about reach. This rifle can reliably hit targets at 2,000 to 3,000 meters, and in ideal conditions, it can stretch to 7 kilometers. That's theoretical, sure, but it's not just marketing fluff. Ukrainian forces have deployed this rifle in real-world battlefield conditions and confirmed its capability against light armor and equipment at those extended distances. At first glance, the Alligator looks like something out of science fiction. Oversized, industrial, and unapologetically aggressive. But once you get behind it, you realize just how well thought out the design really is. The chassis is full metal, CNC machined steel with precision fitment. It's built like a tank, and for good reason. It needs to handle the stress of launching rounds that hit harder than most artillery shells. But it's not just strong, it's refined. The bipod is heavy-duty, fully adjustable, and absolutely essential. You're not going pro with this rifle casually. You're setting up for a mission. Rear support is handled through an adjustable monopod or rear sandbag, and both work well to stabilize the beast. The stock is adjustable for length of pull and cheek rest height, which is crucial when you're dealing with optics that weigh as much as an entire AR-15. The cheek weld is solid, and the ergonomics surprisingly thoughtful for a weapon this massive. Despite the weight, the controls are intuitive. The bolt throw is long but smooth. There's no wobble, no hesitation. It locks down with authority. You know when it's ready to fire, and you know when it isn't. The trigger? Crisp. Single stage, minimal take-up, and it breaks clean. It's one of the most impressive aspects of the gun. No mush, no guesswork. just precision. Shooting the alligator is a physical experience. You feel the weight of the round as it fires. The blast is deafening even with a break, and you don't just hear it, you feel it in your bones. It kicks up dust, it moves the air, it demands respect, and yet it doesn't abuse the shooter. The combination of recoil mitigation, proper support, and good balance means you can train with this rifle if you've got the space and the shoulder for it. Field maintenance is straightforward. Everything's oversized and built to last. The barrel is quick detachable and components are easy to access. This isn't a gun you clean with a Q-tip. It's a battlefield-ready rifle designed for long-range dominance and minimal failure points. First things first, this isn't a rifle you'll find on a shelf at your local gun store. The Alligator is produced in Ukraine by XADO's Snipex division, and it's primarily intended for military and defense applications. That means civilian availability is extremely limited. In most countries, owning or importing a 14.5 or 114 mm weapon is either restricted or outright prohibited. But in the few places where it's legal and where long-range shooting is taken seriously, this rifle is turning heads. As for the price, let's just say it's not for casual hobbyists. Depending on the variant, accessories, and export fees, the Snipex Alligator lands somewhere in the $25 to $35,000 USD range. That includes the rifle itself, transport case, heavy-duty bipod, and custom accessories. Optics are separate, and at this level, you're likely pairing it with a Schmidt & Bender Nightforce or similar high-end glass that adds another few $1,000s to the total build. So who is this rifle really for? Let's be honest, it's not made for bench rest shooters or casual weekend plinkers. This is a serious, purpose-driven anti-materiel rifle built for extreme range engagements, vehicle interdiction, and infrastructure disruption. If you're part of a defense unit, a long-range specialist, or a government contractor, the Alligator starts to make sense. But here's the interesting part, even though it's a military-grade platform, it's not just about brute force. The Alligator has the precision, refinement, and repeatability to compete with high-end sniper systems at the longest possible distances. It's built by people who understand both mechanics and marksmanship, and that combination is rare. If you're a civilian lucky enough to legally own one, you're not just buying a rifle, you're investing in a ballistic platform that challenges the limits of human aim and machine engineering. It's a centerpiece, a conversation starter, and a weapon that demands and rewards discipline. So what is the Snipex Alligator really? Is it overkill? Maybe. Is it excessive? Absolutely. But is it effective? Without question. This is a rifle that doesn't care about convention. It was engineered with one purpose: to deliver devastating accuracy and armor-piercing power at distances most rifles can't even dream of. And in that mission, it succeeds brilliantly. It's not sleek, it's not subtle, and it's not trying to be. The Alligator is unapologetically massive, brutally powerful, and designed with a kind of precision you only see in cutting-edge, military-grade hardware. It's the kind of weapon that makes you rethink what long-range firepower can really mean, not just in terms of hitting a target, but in commanding a battlefield. But here's the thing behind all the muscle and the math: there's refinement. The build quality, the trigger feel, the way it absorbs recoil and holds zero over long sessions. It's not just functional, it's engineered. And that's what separates the Alligator from just being a big gun. It's a precision tool in the hands of trained professionals. For most people, this rifle will only ever be something to admire from a distance. And maybe that's okay. But for the rare few who have the clearance, the space, and the mission to use it, this rifle might just be the most powerful single-shot bolt-action platform you can get your hands on. Got questions? Want to see how the Alligator stacks up against other anti-materiel systems? Or maybe you're wondering what kind of optics pair best with a beast like this? Either way, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Scoper 360 for more deep dive reviews, defense tech walkthroughs, and the kind of gear analysis that doesn't just scratch the surface. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and keep your scope clear. This is Scoper 360 signing off.